I can't fuck with snakes. I ain't all the way back from my people, I pray I won't fortune for fame. I'm finna turn up and get they ass a taste. I thought I was global, they screaming my name. I'm everywhere like I'm the Chicago way.
All right, let us know who we got in the Chicago way today.
Corporate, artist and entertainer from Chicago, you feel?
For sure. How are you feeling, my guy?
Man, tired as hell. I had a long day. Just finished the next episode. Black Chicago Be Like part 119, part 6. So I'm trying to get that edited and dropped for Friday.
All right. And I love the fact that it's multiple parts to that episode because it reminds me of Black Chicago Be Like part 106, if I'm not mistaken, and it's 12 parts
105.
Damn,
21 parts.
21 parts. Oh, wait, I'm thinking about the one with Daphne.
Okay.
The one with Cookie. 21 parts. All right. But yeah, though, well, you just broke down how you feeling. You're pretty much tired. And trust and believe, I understand.
Yes,
we may do two different things, but it requires a lot of time-consuming attention. And on top of that, quality. Nothing matters more than quality.
You know that.
But overall, though, it's been officially a year now since I've been doing interviews, and to finally get to this point where we can sit face to face and have a nice conversation, I definitely do appreciate you being willing to sit down with me.
Man, the pleasure is all mine, and congratulations.
And now let's get it started. You could have been on DJU again. You could have been on 16 Shot 'em again. You could have been on Drea O again. You could have been on Truth Teller. I am not certain that you've been on there before.
I haven't.
Okay, Truth, you gotta talk to my boy here. You could have been on Corporate Media Cartel. You could have been on No Jumper again. Yeah, I definitely seen you there more than once. But you're fucking with the way today, and I appreciate you for allowing me to pull up on you.
Man, a pleasure.
Of course. But now, even though it's safe to say you are one of the biggest and best representatives for Chicago, 1 million followers and counting, we still got people that doesn't understand the history behind you. So let's break it down. Where did it all start off with you in your roots? What side of the city are you from?
Over east.
The east side of Chicago. Let me guess. Terrortown?
I did stay in Terrortown for a little second, 78 to Colfax.
Yeah, that's that infamous spot.
Terrortown / No Limit.
Yes, that's the first thing they always say. So when you do let people know that, do they automatically classify you as someone who is associated with No Limit?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I used to stay in the pocket over there on 71st and Drexel. A lot of my earlier content you could see, for example, Gary Coma in the background. You could see me over east, over there by Colfax, like by Marquette, I think Margaritas. That Margaritas pizza place over east. It's a corner store right next to it. I done actually went in there and did some scenes on some Chicago niggas be like shit. So I done moved around. I used to stay on 113th and One Wharf. I graduated from Coiler, so I done been different spots in the city. I used to stay in the Ward too, on 79th and Honorary and 79th and Wood.
So you've been in numerous areas growing up.
Oh God.
And you want to know something that I like about you? You do not do drugs. So as much as I like to say you were as young as everybody, and I definitely can say you are. When you reveal your age to people, people will be shocked and amazed. So remind everybody how old you are.
I'm 36 years old.
You do not look nothing like it.
Gotta take care of yourself.
Yes, indeed. Which is why you're drinking water and not liquor. I'm telling you, man. You did not when I took note on your birthday and everything, I'm like, he probably like 23, 24.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, wait, what the fuck? that caught me so off guard. And as you see, a lot of people will be shocked when you just break down your age and everything. Because a lot of people they say you do not look like you're in your 30s.
Not for sure.
Yeah. So for everybody that's in my generation, keep in mind I'm 21 here. This is what you're supposed to look like when you're in your 30s. A lot of you will not look that way if you keep doing those perks.
Trying to tell y'all living too high. Y'all got to stop that shit. Stop what you're doing. Health is wealth. The purpose is to be around for as long as possible, to make as much money as possible, to take care of you and yours.
And the last thing you do want to take is something that can kill you in the future.
For sure.
But yeah, though, let's break it down, though. So, growing up in like multiple areas of Chicago, which one would you say? Well, it's pretty clear. You would say you still represent the East Side the most, right?
For sure.
All right. And when it comes down to being,
I was out west for elementary.
Oh, so you was over there. Okay.
Yeah.
So you probably had a chance to attend the Fifis that was on the block, right?
During the elementary school years, I was outside a lot, but I wasn't like in the streets. Like I think back then, motherfuckers was just actually outside playing. We was hooping in the alley. We was riding our bikes, like, you know what I'm saying, running up and down the block. I was running all up and down Madison. Like, you know what I'm talking about, outside from the very top of the day. Mama, go, got us dressed, out. And then we came in at nighttime, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was during a time where motherfuckers was actually just enjoying life as a child, I want to say. Life was still happening around me. I remember times where the dope boys on the block would be like, hey, y'all go in the house. You know, now that I'm older, I know it was because motherfuckers was finna spin. Like, but I didn't realize that. I was just, motherfuckers just did what they said. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing few times, you know, motherfuckers would be on the block serving the rocks in the Flamin' Hots bag. You know what I'm saying? They'll put the woo-wops in the Flamin' Hots bag, put it on the curb, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers put it, like, you feel me? Like, but I was too young to understand what was going on. But growing up in the 90s was just straight enjoying life for real. Like playing, motherfuckers got the bike, walking that bit, like, you know what I'm saying? All that good shit. So yeah, it was a great time.
For sure. And I never met nobody in the 1990s and anything like that, but I like to say I respect those dope boys. And the reason why I say that is because the fact that D would tell you to go in the house, but they didn't have to explain why, and y'all just did it, that goes to show that these guys had a good mind, and not just, like, even though they had what they had going on, they still was thoughtful about who was around them, especially the adolescents and everything like that. So I respect that you were able to mention that, because I don't be hearing about a lot of they telling the kids to go in the house because they don't have to say this is gonna happen. It's like either you go in the house or whatever happens, and wrong place, wrong time. But it sounds good. I like the sound that they were caring and everything. And I also like how you mentioned that you was able to be a child and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel like Chicago lost its way since then? Because nowadays, when I see anyone that's around, look, I'm 21, but when I see younger than me, like 16 to 21 and everything, I find it hard to look at them as a child. Do you feel like Chicago's lost its way since then?
I think things got more critical. You got to keep in mind, elementary school years for me was the 90s. You know what I'm saying? 95, 96, 97, 98. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was a whole different time. Chicago really took a different turn as far as what the youth had to deal with, I want to say, starting 2010, 2011. You know what I'm saying? Worldwide, it had worldwide attention. 2012, 2011 type shit. So, I mean, at a certain point, shit just got different. And I'm sure, you know what I'm saying, you've seen different interviews where motherfuckers was speaking on when the streets changed.
I have.
I know I didn't watch several of LA Gang. LA Gang on Instagram. I watched several of his story times where he was just talking about shit, so on and so forth, and a few other, you know what I'm saying, drill rappers that was telling their stories. So yeah, you know, it was just a certain point when shit just got different.
Yes, it did. But we still have kids that are kids and everything. So it's good to see how regardless of my age or your age, it's still amazing to see how there is still children out there, and that's reminding us of who we once were. At least the ones that's not active in the wrong activities.
For sure.
But I'm pretty sure there's another thing that you may not. I think you may be aware of this because this is mostly a Chicago thing, from what I've heard. I've done research on other rappers, and one by the name of Take Capone. And one thing he said before, it was gang banging, it was school banging, meaning my school was into your school. Now you made it clear just now that you were not in those street activities, and that's a nice thing to hear, considering how a lot of people I met were. But even people who were not in street activities, they still had school banging going on, but just with sports and everything. So did you ever have any heavy competition against another school just because it's so fat that this is like school rivalries or anything like that?
Yeah, I experienced it. Yeah, definitely. Take Capone, that's LA Gang on Instagram.
That is definitely LA Gang.
Yeah,
wow, I thought you was talking about another broadcaster.
Oh, no, yeah, LA
Take
Gang.
Capone, LA Gang on Instagram.
Yep, I watched several of his woo-wops. But shit, I remember cause I went to Corliss and what was it? Hopper used to be getting down on motherfuckers that went to Carver. And at Corliss, I was in the finance academy, and we had to wear green shirts. But Carver also wore green as well. So I didn't have motherfuckers press me because they thought I went to Carver type shit. I didn't have motherfuckers. I had some motherfuckers get down on me on 95th. At the train station from Hopper whole time. And the fact that I had a green shirt is what even had them approach me. But once they figured out I didn't go to Carver, they still got down on me, robbed me right there. That was my junior year in high school. Yep, robbed me right there at 95th. And that's an overly populated location.
Yes,
everybody was minding their business. Ain't nobody say shit, ain't nobody do nothing. Everybody just kept going shit. I was selling CDs or candy at the time. And I remember I had a laptop case full of candy. They took that. I had a pocket full of singles. It was a Friday, so I had made a killing that week. They took that shit, and I remember they took my my Air Force Ones. I had some mid tops with the strap hanging on that bitch. They took them motherfuckers. I remember that.
And it was all because of the school you went to.
That's what got their attention. But after that, it wasn't even about that no more.
Oh.
It was like, nah, we want what you got, shit. Your ass tweaking type shit.
Over whooping.
Over whooping. They definitely over whooping.
Yep.
Shout out to FYBJ, man. For
Of course. Yo, as a matter, keep that in mind. Let me stick on topic here. But sticking to the school topic and everything, did you ever get into any athletic activities?
I remember I wanted to try for the basketball team. I had to do a chore, and my mama ain't let me go try out for it. But I've never been on any team for real. I'm not really the best at sports. I don't really have time to perfect my craft. As a lot of people know, I'm not really one of the better performing players on the court at the celebrity basketball games in Chicago. But if I ever did take the time to actually practice, I'd be a fucking problem. Anything that I practice and actually try to work on, like I master that shit. But as far as sports, like I'm not really the best. Now, if motherfuckers do like a football thing or something though, or flag football, I'll fuck niggas up for real on that. Now I get dirty, like I get, you feel me, like but motherfuckers ain't did no football shit, so maybe I throw a celebrity football game.
I was just about to ask you, do you want me to test that theory?
Oh God, man, look, but that was clever, G.
All right, say less. We gonna talk about that. All right, and speaking of flag football, and yeah, though that actually reminds me of something. It's been times where it's been all-star weekends and everything like that, and maybe celebrity basketball games and things like that, and you were participants of those events, and I'm pretty sure it was a time where you have done a football event with the other celebrities, right? Or am I mistaken?
Not football.
Okay, it was something different. All right. Then maybe that's something I gotta do more research on. But yeah, I knew you was like you do a lot of events and everything to my knowledge and everything. So when I see you with these type of events, it's like, he may be athletic. We just don't know yet.
Wait, you say attended or like played?
Attended and participated in.
Just attended. I Circle City Classic.
Okay.
I think recently.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, last time I was there, they show a lot of love on field activity. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Central State won. If I'm not mistaken, Central State won, and I actually went there for a couple years, so that was cool. I got to chill with them and shit like that. Maybe it was the year before or something like that. Central State went against it was a down south team they went against. I was there and they did their shit.
Okay. All right. Now, any final topics about growing up in Chicago or the area that you're from, or even the school?
Well, I mean, shit, yep. Elementary school, Spencer. It was just very Chicago. It was a beautiful time, though. The 90s was a beautiful time. For real. Humble beginnings. Man, motherfuckers ain't half. But my mama did the best that she could always. Along with my stepfather, for sure. My pops is a goofy. It be like that sometimes. But other than that shit, motherfuckers just push through for real. Oldest out of 9. So yeah, type shit.
All right. Oldest of 9. As of 9 siblings?
9 of us total, yeah.
And you're the oldest. Okay. All right. For some reason, I did not take you to be the oldest. But that goes to show looks can be deceiving. And
even then, like, what's one reason why you would figure that I may not be the oldest? Because of how young you look? Type shit. Nah, for sure. Yeah, I've been I think it's contributed to me being a good parent as well. I've had to just be almost take on I've had to give parental energy, looking over my, siblings and so on and so forth. I'm the only one that's here. They moved in 2005. My mom and them moved down south. They got tired of Chicago. So I'm the only one that's here.
I don't blame them. But I also understand.
For sure.
Yeah. And another thing about you that a lot of people may not notice and everything is that you make sure that when you present yourself, you make sure you present yourself in a way that may be entertaining, but when people meet you, you see how serious and very intelligent you are.
Yeah, for sure. I think that throw people off sometimes.
I'm telling you, it throw people off.
Yeah, they be expecting me to be playing or something like that.
And that is where they're mistaken at. And that's something I took note on too. For myself, at least, I could say.
I'm telling motherfuckers, there's no way that I would have been able to accomplish as much as I have if I wasn't disciplined and if I played too much. There's no way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do agree with you on that part.
For sure.
Yeah. But let's actually talk about that. 9 siblings, and everyone has the same mother and father?
Same mother, 3 different pops.
Amongst
same
us.
Nah, yeah.
Okay. Salute to the OG for that one.
For sure, real nigga.
And tell me something. 9 siblings. And all boys or boys and girls?
I got one little brother. The rest is girls.
One younger brother. Okay. Talk about luck.
For sure.
But all right. You're the oldest, and I'm pretty sure having 8 other siblings underneath you and everything, I'm pretty sure it's very hard to set the example because it's like a Brady Bunch. We're just gonna be honest. It's like different personalities, different views of life, perspective, and different ways of wanting to approach it in their own manner and everything. And as the oldest, and I'm the oldest by the way, it's like it's told that you have to set the example, and I'm pretty sure setting the example was not something that was always easy, wasn't it?
Nah. It over time I had to mature into the person that I am today. So no, it wasn't always easy.
And what age would you say you fully matured in order to become that example?
I think when I had my first child, Brazile, that's when I started, and I had her in 2010. So I think at that point is when I start really understanding life. And life
hit hard, didn't it?
For sure.
Yeah. And I can definitely understand that as well. But your younger brother and everything, does he does the same thing you do by chance?
No, not at all.
Better question. My apologies. Does any one of your siblings participate on social media the same way you do at all?
No.
Okay.
My little sister has a crocheting business. She rolls hill. I've actually promoted her in one of my episodes. It was an episode where when I got out on Famous Richard, and I had that crochet shiesty on.
I remember that.
That's
episode.
my little sister business.
As a matter of fact, I don't mind promoting that just because I actually like that, like the signs, like ski masters, as you can see.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, I would love one of those. But all right. And is this something that they personally chose to not to do, or you explained for certain reasons as a Chicago celebrity not to be as active on social media the way you are?
They just. I mean, I wouldn't be on social media if I didn't have a reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, there's just something I just happen to do and something they just happen not to do. Okay. And my little brother, me and him is night and day. We're very close. Okay. But, he don't play like me. It's like I play, but I don't play, but I play. He don't really play like that. He got a sense of humor, but you know what I'm saying, he a little more stern than I am.
All right. And I actually don't blame him for that. But just food for thought here. If everyone in the family was like have their own, like you like the way I remember you once saying you have a TV series called Mama. And is that out at this point or no?
Not yet.
Okay, when it's out, I'll support it, of course. But I also think if you and every one of your siblings was to come up with your own show about your own lives and everything, that would be something that would create family generation and generational wealth. And sure. I remember in numerous of interviews and songs, you have spoken on generational wealth being a very important factor for you. So just food for thought. Generational wealth. Family income. Absolutely. Everybody has their parts, and everyone's nieces, nephews, sons, daughters. That would be something. But to each his own.
For sure.
But now let's talk about something that you went viral for. A lot of people may not say you went viral for this, but you did. You know what you did? Please tell me you know what you did.
Something I went viral for.
You did not see it?
Is it something recent?
Oh yeah, it's something recent, all right. Please tell me you've seen it. Oh no, you didn't see it, my guy. Yeah, you got caught lacking today. Oh man.
Oh, I went viral today?
Oh yes you did. Oh, you wanna know what you did?
Man, please enlighten me.
You wanna know what you did?
For sure.
You dropped music.
I dropped music today.
No, you didn't drop it today, but you dropped it overall, and it's still going viral to this day.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, I got you.
I was interested. For sure.
Oh, bro. I love that reaction. Because people keep forgetting that when I interview people, my goal is to interview people who have something going on. And what you have going on that people may overlook sometimes but still pay attention to is you are an artist.
For sure.
Artist or rapper? Would you classify yourself as an artist or a rapper?
I refer to myself as both because I think the definition of a rapper, I think the definition changed over time, but somebody that really be putting them words together, really be painting them pictures, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm an artist too because you could rap, but that don't mean you're an artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's real shit.
And is that something? And that's a view that you had since back then and now with music, or that's something that's currently for right now? Because they are saying that now.
I learned that eventually. An artist and a rapper is not necessarily interchangeable.
Okay. All right. Cool. But yeah, though, you are an artist / rapper.
Oh God.
And before you was an artist / rapper, you was a battle rapper. Were you?
I battle rapped.
Okay.
And that was just something I had partook in. Originally, I was a spoken word poet. But poetry. The battle rap, for the short period of time that I partook in that, was only, like, even the first battle rap, it only came about because of an argument. That's it. Somebody said you can't rap. I said, excuse me. And next thing you know, we had a packed out venue. With motherfuckers, like, you know what I'm saying? And that was my first time doing that. And that was against a rapper by the name of G-Check, South Carolina. All that took place in South Carolina. And then my other homie, Shock, from South Carolina. Well, he from Jersey, but he in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. And you stopped. But first off, let's speak. Is battle rap something that you would say was fun, or something that you had to take very, very seriously?
Battle rap I'm a big fan of battle rap in general. So I definitely enjoyed it when I was doing it. It's just not the path that I want to take. Okay.
Yeah. And I don't blame you, because you had to have a very, very calm mind for battle rap. I done seen battle raps, and I'm also a fan of battle rap as well, but I know how wild it can get with just putting words together. And aggressiveness and tension, if just to prove that I'm better than this person.
For sure. I mean, I only don't want to partake in it because I prefer to do music. But if I was a battle rapper, like, I'd be a problem. Like, even if there was somebody that dissed me now that was worth responding to, fucked. They're fucked.
You know, another artist feels the same way, and that artist goes by the name of Montana 300.
Type shit.
And in his song, Chirac versus New York, if I'm not mistaken, he said, Arsenal said niggas is lucky that you don't battle rap. And he's made numerous of tweets and numerous of statements in his music that he feel like he is the best rapper from Chicago, period.
Type shit.
And he was willing to bet 100,000 to 500,000 back in 2020.
Type shit.
4 years later, people still have refused to place their bets and go against him. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if you're aware of his music, but if you are aware of who he is, would you say if you both were to be taking a battle rapping path and go against each other, it would be very competitive, fun, but you will win?
Yeah. See, he wrong. I'm not taking that from him. All right. But I'm just different. And he rap on some battle rap shit regularly.
That is true.
Bar after bar after bar. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I remember when Kanye and 50 was going 50 Cent, was going head and head. And you know, I think Kanye said something like, freestyle more like a slam dunk, and my shit is more like a finger roll. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if Montana 300 slam dunking, my shit finger roll. It's gonna be nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't say I would lose.
Then what stopped you from placing that bet?
Well, I don't really feel the need to do that because even in the midst of, you know, because at one point that was a big topic on your page.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? About, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers being better without the band. Like, I just don't feel the need to partake in that type of activity. I don't have anything to prove. My legacy is solid. My brand is solid. My tax bracket is solid. So it's just like I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be trying to put money on the table to try to convince someone that, you know what I'm saying, I'm better than them. He do his shit. I do my shit. Like I commented actually. He do his shit, I do my shit. It's a lot of motherfuckers that do their shit, and that's okay.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he should feel the way that he feels about his music. Like, shit, I respect him. But I'm big corporate. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I would say that I would take the gold on that. But that's not to take anything away from him. It's just I'm big corporate. That's all I could really say.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And I like that you put it that way. But now, instead of the competition side of things, what's stopping y'all both from linking and networking?
We just, you know, with that, it just gotta be the right place, the right time. I had one opportunity to rap with him, and that was what year was that? I want to say 2021, the Big Jam, the Cyphers. He was supposed to be in the Cypher as well, but he had COVID. He had COVID really bad.
I remember when he had COVID. I know exactly.
And that would have been my first time meeting him type shit. But other than that, shit, motherfucker, you know, everyone has their head down working. Yeah. We just haven't had the chance to cross paths. If we ever did cross paths and, you know, there's an organic, interaction, I wouldn't doubt that something would come from that.
I agree.
If not, shit, that's okay too. Shit, he still do his shit, so it's all good.
Yeah. The reason why I mentioned Montana anyway is because I look at you, I put you both in the same category. And when it comes down to you both being in that category, it also provokes two words: real lyricists.
For sure.
And one thing that people have been trying to tell me from time to time is that lyricism is watered down. And I can agree. But that's because you guys choose to let it be watered down. But music will always have an influence. So if real lyricists come together and keep pushing and thriving together, that may change the mind of the audience as well. But of course, we gotta let the audience have what they want to hear. So you can always say you don't want real lyricism. No, correction. You can always say lyricism and lyrics is dying down. But what do you constantly put in your ear to listen to?
Yep.
And that's where it brings down to this. You are not a drill rapper. And that is something I love about you overall, because a lot of people from Chicago take the drill route.
For sure.
But you and me, I haven't said this. I never said this publicly. But you have said publicly in your interview, No Jumper, there is nothing wrong with drill music.
At all.
And I'm glad you feel that way. Despite the music you put out and despite majority of the artists that surround you in the same Chicagoland area. But you have also spoken on the fact that the artists that represents it are very big names, and these are names that represent Chicago as well, and that's beautiful. But look at their environment currently to this day, and look at the artists that's trying to come up. The music they put out represents what they're currently going through. And if I remember correctly, you said they are putting batteries in the backs of these guys as well.
Absolutely.
So that's where we got to take into initiative of this. Is it the artists who provoked this influence? Is it their fault and their accountability to take on that they're the reason why we got this many artists that's coming in the same style when they could be rapping the same way you do, but they choose not to because look at who made it with this versus who didn't.
Nah.
Yeah.
They don't have any fault because, like I also said, life is about love and war, and both sides deserve to tell their story. I think it's the artists that are allowing the batteries to be put in their back. It's their own fault because the music needs to be taken for what it is, and that's entertainment. And if you choose to allow it to perpetuate you into the wrong direction, then you have to put that fault in yourself. So I wouldn't say that the artists that may have influenced them are at fault. No, not at all.
Okay. And I like that you said that because one thing I notice about a lot of artists, they do not take accountability with the music that they put out. But that's a topic for the artists that I'm referring to for when I sit down with them for an interview.
Yeah.
As far as you, let's talk about your music.
For sure.
The Proposal.
For sure.
First off, beautiful album.
Yeah,
Me and my significant other has listened to that album together.
Bless
We both enjoyed it very well. But one thing I want to point out, the intro. No, wait. Let me refer to it right. Not the intro song. The intro to the album.
Yeah.
When we listen to it track for track. It was a skit.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that skit is reality for you. Like, how many times have you tried to present yourself musically to somebody else, but they always refer to the content that you were, I'm not going to say capitalize, because you capitalize on both, but they mostly know you for the content, for what you have mentioned. How many times have you had to present yourself musically to somebody, but yet they will always refer to the content?
Quite often. I mean, you'll even see in contents now. Like, it don't matter how good my song is, motherfuckers be like, stick to the skits. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when you really believe in something, you just got to push through for real. A lot of the motherfuckers that be saying that don't be on shit in real life. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't have shit for me to tell them to stick to. But that's usually how that shit go. Though. So I don't let it bother me. I have a cult following for my music as far as people that really appreciate it. I'm in the works of another album now, which I'm going to let you hear what I got so far for that before you get up out of here.
Blessings.
But the people that appreciate it is for them. And the motherfuckers that don't appreciate it, that's totally fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. Can't nobody convince me that I don't know how to rap. That makes no fucking sense. You have some people that are delusional. Like, man, I know how to rap. Can't nobody tell me nothing. My raps are colorful. My raps are real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even now, what I say in one of them. I know life's a gamble. Casino in my crib.
Literally.
This ain't no fucking cap. You clearly see this casino set up in my basement. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be fucked with on that. And can't nobody convince me of nothing different. So it's cool, G. I ain't worried about that.
Well, as someone who does listen to your music quite often, I am offended off that. But I do not take it as personal as I could be. There are some diehard fans, and I can say I am a diehard fan, but as someone who works the media and listens to thousands of songs, I cannot act as a diehard fan. So I know how to maturely handle these situations. Now, I'm pretty sure you probably noticed how from time to time, maybe in comment sessions, maybe publicly, or maybe from times when our conversations, I might post something when it comes down to giving highlight to people who are considered to be comedians, and yet somehow they want to tell me you forgot about Korporate.
Of course.
And I have to tell them from time to time, Korporate will get offended if you call them a comedian.
For sure.
And they be like, what? And I'm like, yes, nigga, you would.
For sure.
And you had to make that clear too from playing from time to time.
Absolutely.
So, but like I said, there's people like me who are very aware, and there's people who are not, and it's okay because they will in due time. But let me ask you, like, outside of me, how often do you be approached for the music?
Not as often as I would like to. My music is being participated in. Without dropping anything, I'm in the double-digit thousands of Spotify listeners.
That is true.
Per month. Without dropping shit. The highest I've seen it get might have been 50,000 listeners or somewhere around there when I did drop the album. I expect for that number to double with this next album, for sure. But when I drop that motherfucking music, I drop that shit, G. And it's like Plies, for example.
All right, Plies.
Plies is genuinely fucking funny.
Yes, he is.
If he had did content first, motherfuckers will swear up and down he not a rapper.
All right. So would you consider yourself as Chicago's Plies when it comes down to the music side?
Well, I can't say Chicago's Plies because Plies did content, but he didn't take it to the lengths that I take it. Like I would, if anything, I'm Chicago's Childish Gambino.
All right. That's a beautiful way to say. Oh. Side joke. I once told somebody that I would refer to you, if I wasn't solely focused on the content, I would consider you the Chicago's DDG. And the reason why I say DDG is because, like you, DDG had an upbringing in a town called Pontiac.
Okay.
And he spoke on, while being raised here, it was not easy for him. He could have taken the same path that most people would take, and that would be the street life. But he chose not to. What he chose to do is pick up a camera.
Yeah.
And he made a living off that, plus music. So he's known for content and for music.
Yeah.
But his core fans would say he's known for content. And that's why I say, when it comes down to content, I would classify you as a Chicago's DDG because you have music, but on the content side, it is very high and noticeable.
For sure.
That's why I would
understand that.
Yeah. I was wanting to see if you understood that. But of course, I like to still put you under the rapper category because that's what I wanted to approach you as. And you and I had talks about that, and that let me know that I was doing a good job of that.
For sure, most certainly.
But now let's talk about this. With being a rapper, what stage of a rapper would you say you're in? Would you say you're an upcoming rapper, a known rapper, or a mainstream rapper? Or an artist, because you are versatile.
For sure. Damn. Just a known rapper. Yeah, I would like to be mainstream, but I'm not there yet.
Okay. And you definitely can be. There's no age limit on rap.
Oh, God.
Look at 2 Chainz.
For sure.
But the reason why I asked that is because I remember one time, I forgot to promote this, by the way, so forgive me for that. You had a performance in Joliet, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, God.
And in there, you performed. This was years ago, so I don't remember the exact song, but you performed a few songs.
Yeah.
And on your songs, you delivered great energy, great performance, great quality sound, and all that. And from what you said the next day, from what the fans noticed, the crowd wasn't reacting as if the songs were good, which I feel like is an insult. But at the same time, it's like you broke it down. You may not have like everyone that understands or may be in a tune, but you're willing to take all the steps that you need to take to be looked at as a rapper.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of courage, but if you are someone that you just said is a known rapper, for upcoming rappers, they get that exact same reaction and they feel very discouraged. How do you keep that courage? Because you have done multiple shows, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you know what you know, it don't matter. Like even with that show, I want to say you referring to Steve had a show and her performed that too, and I think I performed at that show. It's also about the crowd because I would have got a way more active response if I did a Saba show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or if I was maybe opening up for Lupe. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a younger crowd at the Forge. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had motherfuckers responding to me because it's corporate, and then I had motherfuckers that was fucking with my music, but I'm lyrical as fuck.
Very.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really have too much turn up shit. One of them was something on purpose for me to, you know what I'm saying, contribute to the turn up crowd. But I just love to rap. Like even I got a song called Lakeshore Drive Music. I'ma let you hear that. You'll just clearly hear that I just love to fucking rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they say even you gotta play ball like the bleachers is full, even if they not. If motherfuckers not responding the way that you want them to, that's fine. Don't forget that they here. They heard you.
And that's
They
what matters.
fucking heard you. And that's all I need. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my raps ain't really too much for you to woo out the band. If you listen to what the fuck I'm always saying some shit. I'm not one of those rappers where it's jibber jabber. I'm saying shit. So to be completely honest, I really got music that's meant for you to vibe to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and really listen, because I'm talking to you. I'm telling you shit. I'm teaching you shit. I'm sharing shit with you. I'm giving you thoughts and ideas. It's a sound exchange of, like, you know what I'm saying, the mentalities and so on and so forth. Like, I don't be discouraged by none of that, G. Like, one of the reasons I fuck with Kanye so much, G, because I relate to his energy. I don't talk much in general, but I'm a big fan of myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? A big, huge fan of myself. And even when I go to the schools, I tell the youth, like, you know what I'm saying? One of the things, when they ask, like, you know, what's some tips I can give? You gotta have confidence in yourself, G. Like, I be telling motherfuckers, even when I was coming up, doing the content, my shit wasn't always busting like I was busting. A lot of times when I was dropping shit, I felt like I was talking to myself. But I was still dropping that shit because I knew it was gold. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of motherfuckers just not being hip to the shit. Right. And after dropping Gold for such a time, and then dropping Chicago Niggas Be Like Part 1 on January 6, 2016, once that blew up, it lit up everything that I did before that. Because it was all quality. So like, damn, this nigga really know what he doing type shit.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta really believe. Like, it's been plenty of times, even with content, tell my homie, like, man, I'm finna da-da-da-da, woo, see what I'm gonna do. And they just like, until I get it out of my head and it do M's. That shit funny as hell. But what if I would have allowed myself to be discouraged by the energy that they gave me after I shared my plans? That shit would have never made it to the world. I have this deep trust in myself. Anything I come up with is fucking gold. Anything I say, anything I do, anything my name is a part of is fucking gold. You gotta have that mentality when you doing this shit. I have so much confidence in myself that I can't allow even situations like a not so responsive crowd to bother me. It's okay. It was just the wrong crowd. They just, you know what I'm saying, or maybe motherfuckers, they just wasn't drawing off of maybe that particular song because people have different tastes. Like, it's a lot of shit that contribute to, but you can't tell me that I'm not the fucking greatest at the shit that I put my mind to, G. With this film shit, I never even knew I would get into film. I never thought about this shit when I was coming up, nothing. It just fell into my lap. Oh, shit. I did my research, enhanced it over the course of a period of time, and got balls deep in that shit. I'm a god at the film. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me nothing different. I'm not to be fucked with on film. I'm not to be fucked with on music either. When I rap, I rap. I can't be fucked with. So it's just like, that's just my mentality about shit, G. I just stay in my bubble and work, G. That's all.
There's a lot of things I want to point out with that. First off, you definitely right about the crowd situation. It's about the crowd. And just a little tip for artists, check your Instagram analytics or possibly your YouTube, because one thing I've recently learned is when you look at your dashboard, it will tell you where majority of your fan base is at. Yeah. So maybe depending on, because a lot of y'all plan on moving out the city, and I understand that. So if you do move, look at your analytics first and determine where majority of your fans is at and go there, because then you may find your crowd and find your other sound you could be presenting as well. Yeah. That's first off. So yeah, you're right about the crowd. Second off, that is very deep what you just said, with having the confidence and everything, and that really spoke to me. Like you see, I just had to take off my shades for this shit. I definitely had to take off, like I had to look in your eyes, just listen, because like your songs, like you said, you talk, and what you just did, that was deep, and that shit hit me in my chest. I felt it. Like I see a lot of heart in you, so yeah, that's for sure. But like it was just saying, having that mindset for yourself and to being a bigger fan of yourself, that is a lot of things that I'm pretty sure a lot of people could say that for themselves, but it's not easy. It's easier said than done, and you make that said and done, and it's just as easy, you know. So I'm glad. So I salute you for that. Sure. And also another thing, yes, you do make sure that the music you put out is something to vibe to, but you also listen to. But I like to say, try throwing a few more turn-up songs that maybe the younger crowd will listen as well. For sure. Because as a parent, I'm pretty sure you understand parents tend to control the music that their offspring listen to, or they might try to understand them and then try to see if they can get to relate to them and get through them by listening to the same sounds they listen to. Oh God. And as far as the filming, I ain't gonna lie, I look at blogging the same way for me, because I didn't actually want to be a blogger. Yeah. I wanted to do something different, but this shit just naturally just fell there, and I'm like, Okay. And then, so yeah, so when you just find something that randomly sits there and you do it, you never know where it can go. And also, I like how you just told me how when you may have presented these ideas to other people and they just look at you and just smile. That could just be a lot of discouragement there too. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this is something I wanted. This is where the question kicks in. You spoke in your songs plenty of times, and one highlight song was your Red Light freestyle with No More Heroes. Mm-hmm. I may not quote this word for word properly, so forgive me if I'm doing it wrong. I think you said, "Please proceed with caution when you see me in the street, because the nigga you see on YouTube is not the nigga you'll meet." Facts. And you said that in numerous of songs. You said it publicly in interviews, and you said it on your story a few times too. Mm-hmm. You are an introvert. For sure. Why do you choose to be so?
I think just growing up in Chicago, I think. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just kind of bred to be that way. For real. So it's like I wasn't a people person before this shit even, you know what I'm saying, start popping. Just don't like people, G. My mama don't like people either. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm just not a people person.
And clearly still to this day you're not. Mm-hmm. And I don't blame you. As you can see, I'm not very much of a people's person like that either. And you want to know who else isn't either? SG Batman.
That's my boy.
That crazy motherfucker. Yes.
That's my boy.
So, and the thing is, look what happens when two introverts meet. Yeah. Gold.
It's always a treat when introverts meet.
I tell you, I'm trying to tell you. Interview me, you and Batman. I'm telling you, man.
For sure.
But yeah, first I had to teach him what introvert means. If you've seen our first interview, I asked him if he's an introvert. He asked what that means. I'm like, bro, you did not just say that. Yeah. But also, for him to cope with being an introvert, he would get under the influence. You choose not to do so.
Yeah.
How much self-discipline did you have to give yourself to accept being around people?
Well, I mean, I know it's inevitable, for real. Being around people, at least at this point, contributes to my earning potential and such. So it's like I gotta do it for real. I give myself time to recharge and prepare to be around people. That's why I move so far away. I have different things that I participate in to bring me peace. I like overindulging gospel music. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're a Christian?
I definitely believe in God, for sure. Real bad. On any given day, it'll be gospel music playing on all the home pods in my crib, or I'll be playing it on the way to the city. It really helps with my anxiety. I've come to find that it really does a wonder for my anxiety. I have Sunday Service Choir's album on constant repeat, and actually, whole time that new Will Smith song, that shit got me in the chokehold. That's a
Will Smith song.
Yeah, that what is this shit called? You Can Make It or something. I think it's called You Can Make It. It's a gospel rap song. That is a nice piece of work. I listen to that a lot. I've been listening to that a lot too. So yeah.
You seen Marlon Wayne's stand-up special about Will Smith? You haven't? It was on Netflix. I think it's called God Love Me.
Yeah.
He basically saying that the only Will Smith song that black people listen to is Summertime, because he put out music that's not considered to be nigga shit.
Type shit.
You just saying that you listen to Will Smith, that just blew me. That ain't blew me. That blew my mind.
That song cold.
So all right, bet. I'll get into with Will Smith, because at first I definitely did agree, because I cannot say I listened to Will Smith other than the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with the intro song.
For sure.
But I'll take a chance.
It's Will Smith featuring Friday.
All right, Will Smith featuring Friday.
And Sunday Service Choir.
Sunday Service Choir. All right.
All of them together on one, and Friday provides a vibe. Sunday Service Choir is a group of beautiful black voices.
Beautiful black voices.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that song just raw as hell.
I love the sound of that. All right, I'll get into them. But yeah, though, now let's get further deep into it. And just a few more questions about you being an artist and everything like that. With rap and everything, you speak highly about yourself as well. And I also noticed, as an artist, you should not feel like you have any discouragement at all. Like, I know you basically just spoke on it, so we don't gotta bring it up again, but look at the views you bring. And you basically said one of your episodes shine the light on everything else, but it's like, for you to have a nice amount of views and everything, that's still not easy. That's why I like to call it easier said than done, because not a lot of artists can have and maintain this same type of following and views towards the music as well. So as far as like that per se, do you feel like the views should determine your crowd overall? Because it's like, you like I was bringing up the performance and everything. It's like, if you have this many views to your songs, your audience should be well informed of what songs you is, no matter where you go. So it's like, do you feel like the views that you bring to the table with the music and everything should determine your audience when you see them out there and performing these songs? Because I feel like if they can get in tune with the music, just like with the content, they should have no problem telling me a corporate song.
Yeah, but you know, with the music it's different, because the views could be up, but what area is contributing to those views the most? That shit get the spreading. My content, them Black Chicago Be Like videos, M's is guaranteed. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every time it's been M's for years. So with that shit, just about everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers know what the fuck going on, but with the music, I don't crack M's like that. I think the only...
You cracked an M with Real Tears.
Real
with
Tears.
Brazile.
For sure. Cracked the M with that, and then I cracked the M with my Booed Up freestyle. Those are the only 2 M's on music videos that I have. But the trying to trigger the algorithm for music is different than content. So I'm still kind of trying to work on that. I've released some fire shit that I feel like could have hit an M if I would have triggered the algorithm correctly, because the Black Chicago Be Like videos that I drop, it's possible for them not to hit M's. If there wasn't certain steps that I didn't take to contribute to triggering the algorithm, some of them wouldn't. Like, for example, if I didn't take care with the thumbnails.
That is true.
The thumbnails contribute to probably 90% of the views. Guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So if I didn't, there are some videos that I know for a fact, if it wasn't for that thumbnail, they would not have triggered the algorithm. And of course, when you trigger the algorithm on YouTube, that is what pushes you out to the recommended tabs. And that's how you get more views and more subscribers.
And that is something I had to take note on as well. Like, I don't know if you're aware of my interviews and everything, where I put the thumbnails. I try to make it in a way where it's like, yes, it just separates me from other YouTubers and everything like that, but I just do it just to do it. I don't be thinking about algorithms or methods and anything like that, which is why but like with my YouTube, the subscribers kicked in off shorts. You kicked in off actual videos, so that's a different story with me.
No, that shorts though, I've seen a shitload of subscribers up. That is how you get the subscribers.
Yes, the subscribers. That I can tell you for sure. But it's like, we want the views on the actual videos, and that's something that's something I'm still trying to get down pat too. But I'm not trying to follow no rules here. I just try to let everything organically and naturally come. So for you to be telling me that it's certain steps you take, that should teach me something about myself. That also should teach everyone else some, if they want to be content creators as well. Because a lot of people don't know, it's real life methods you have to take. And that's what Tyler Perry says with his movies. It's a certain method of how he directs them and how he has the scripts and everything. Because as long as he finds that method and sticks with it, it's guaranteed to have everything that is supposed to, or what you would want for it to happen, you know? And that's just something you just pointed out there. It's a method to this. And thumbnails, mandatory. So, all right. You know what? As a matter of fact, as an artist, do you feel like the content carries the music overall that you put out? Because you do promote your music through your content, which is actually very smart and good tactic right there. But I also feel like with or without the content, the music you put out will speak for itself.
Well, shit, that's the reason I started the content in the first place, actually, to promote the music.
You did say
it just got bigger than I would have ever imagined. So I'm always running the songs and everything, and you know, when the album finna drop, all that's always gonna be ran through them episodes for sure.
For sure. And side note here, on Instagram, when I do promote your stories or other people's stories or anything, and when I attach your songs to it, people do be saying fire song from Korporate. So I hope you notice that whenever I do play your songs to the public eye, they catch on and they love it.
Man, bless.
So please never feel discouraged with the music,
sure.
especially coming from me or anyone else I present it to.
For sure.
Yeah. But all right, now let's get into all the good details here. All right, let's get started. The content. There is not a countless times you surprise me with who you bring on the episodes. Now let's run through the list if I can go through it as far as the rappers that we could say is notable. We got King Louis on there before. We got some Oblakians over there. Wani, Shoebox, Ike over there before. And let's see, you have gotten some other people that's notable, like Cairo from No Limit, and you recently got Mellow Bucks too. You got our freckle-faced friend here, Pronto Spaz, out representing the West Side.
My boy.
And we got Chicago's most loved suburban female rapper, Cashmere, on there sometimes. We have seen SkinBone, and people may look at him as a comedian entertainer as well, but he does got it with the music. Just not the way Chicago would do it. And it's okay, because all sounds is good sounds to me. We have seen Mimo on there. Yeah. We have seen Glizzy Glow there. Sure. We have seen a countless amount of artists on there. Nope. One thing I like is that you bring out a different side of rappers. Yeah. You bring out a new skill that I feel like they should have, and that's acting. And entertaining as well. Now, with these artists, how do you go as far as reaching out to them to get them on there? Or do they reach out to you?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Some express like, man, fuck with me, da da da. Or others, I'm like, man, you want to woo woo, da da da. I believe I reached out to 600 Breezy. I believe he drawing.
My fucking boy.
Yeah, he drawing.
I like some Breezy. I like Breezy. Go ahead.
God, yep, he drawing. We just haven't had a chance to set it up. Lil Reese. He actually hit me up to pull up and get his scene, but the schedules didn't match up. So hopefully at some point when our schedules match up, I could put him in some shit. Like, it just be, you know what I'm saying, organic type activity. Like, it just happens, yeah.
And you want to know which artist was my favorite artist that I seen you have had on your episode? Well, actually, there's actually numerous of ones, but I'll just tell you my top 3. Number 3 was when you had the FBG brothers pull up on you.
For sure. They cool as hell too. Real niggas. They some real niggas.
I can definitely say that. You had these niggas pull up on you with shotguns, man. I don't know how the hell could you not die laughing with that shit.
For sure.
Yeah, that was good. But that's number 3 right there. Man. That nigga Batman.
Man, folks. Rest in peace to Duck. It would have been Duck too.
Yes, I would. Yeah, that's another thing I was going to bring up in a second. How I wish there were certain rappers who have passed away that would have gotten a chance to be on there as well. But with the rest of my top 3, we got the FBG brothers, Young and Dutchy, that was on there. Another one, Batman. The moment this nigga opened the door, first thing he say, "Nah, we ain't ready for your return." I'm like, bro, what the fuck, Batman?
Nah, for sure.
Yeah, that killed me right there. And my favorite one of all, Tay Savage.
Oh God, yeah.
This nigga gave you a fucking history lesson.
Oh God, yeah.
Now, first off, when you do these, are these scripted or are these things that just naturally happen?
Off the top, ain't no scripts. I don't know what's gonna be said to the last minute. Everything off the top.
Okay, bet. Cause with John Wick's history lesson.
Oh God.
Did you actually know those answers?
We looked that up.
Oh, bro. Yeah, and the reason why I asked that because I see his interviews, and Tay did one with J-Man that stood out to me where they was in military suits, and they was at first talking about Kiddo and Blazing Dog being locked up due to doing an interview with J-Man, which then Tay Savage ended up being in jail afterwards. But as I watch, he ends up talking about Barack Obama and President Trump. He ended up talking about why he supported Trump. And then, which led to a conversation of politics. And I'm really listening. This man, Tay, knew a lot. He is very intelligent. And that's something that I feel like people notice with you. And I'm pretty sure you notice with numerous artists. Like when you get these artists, do you look at their background and look at their music and come up with an idea of who they are before you meet them? And then when you finally do meet them, they surprise you with their intelligence.
It's more so just a vision. I get artists, and it's not just the artist, but it's with any character. I just place them where I see them, what it looks like they would be on, what it feels like they would be on. And then I just kind of go from there. Like with Tay Savage to me is giving bully. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I put him in that position. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, shut up. Pop your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I put him in that position. And then, like, even with Nook, PGF Nook, played off of the shiesty shit. Took it off, it was another one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he had that motherfucker on. So, I mean, it just depends. Like, even, shout out to Fatso and Chucky.
Wait, they got in too?
Chucky, they coming soon.
Oh, okay, all right.
Fatso and Chucky, they coming soon.
All right.
So it's just like, it just be about visions and shit. I fuck with Chucky, and how he be having that Chucky doll. I think that shit is real cool. So you could imagine what type of role I'm gonna have me in, some type of villain type activity or some other shit. So yeah.
I think do we dumb a lot, nigga. Yeah, for sure. But also, one thing about rappers, and not to just be doing how I personally view certain people, a lot of them can have arrogance. And I say that because it's like with artists, like they can be cool people, but like it could be certain requirements that you must meet in order to maintain being in this artist's presence. And I feel like it can be played out, but at the same time, I understand. So it's like, do you have to hold a certain level of patience with artists too? Because I'm pretty sure getting these episodes done can be exhausting.
No, for sure. It's in general, not just with artists, but even with motherfuckers that's not in entertainment.
Okay.
Motherfuckers be having different schedules, shit be happening, so on and so forth. I mean, I don't really experience too much of, having to deal with a certain type of arrogance with motherfuckers. I think that arrogance usually comes when they around motherfuckers that they feel like don't have as much as them. Unfortunately, I don't give that.
And that's what I like about you. But another thing that I also feel like that should be mentioned with the content, it shows another side of who you could be, which is why a lot of people can gravitate towards you more with the content than you in reality, because you say you were an introvert and everything.
Yeah.
But you want to know who I feel like brings out the best in you? You want to know who I feel like brings out the best in you?
Who?
Big Twan.
For sure.
And first off, he's been there since the start of this shit. I don't know if you remember, but I had a collage of videos of the best of you and his moments in these episodes. Wow. And
damn, I think I missed that one.
Well, it was a point in time where it started off where it was a 2-man mission. I go left, you go right. He had a nice whoop, and he over-whooped you, and then you said, I ain't never seen you act like this.
Yeah.
It was when you still had Chips Ahoy this time.
Absolutely, facts.
And Big Twan, he may have been tall, but a little bit thin, you did?
Yeah.
And then he ended up becoming Big Twan later on over the years. But basically, since the beginning of the content journey to right now, he's always been there. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, as you noticed with the content and everything, as that blew up, it was certain people that was around you at first that you may not have around you now. And Big Twan was always the one that was always around. And not only that, Big Twan didn't just lean towards your career to make his. He created one for himself. And you both do good things together, and he does amazing by himself. But overall, we got to talk about your friendship with Twan.
For sure.
I just love it.
Yeah.
How did you guys become friends?
For sure. 2016, he met me shortly after I dropped my first Chicago Niggas Be Like in 2016. It reminded him of a friend of his by the name of Joe Blow. A friend of his introduced him to me by the name of Hove as a surprise, and we just clicked immediately. He originally locked in with me as my security and making sure that, you know what I'm saying, everything was everything. And then eventually it just grew into some brother shit for real. And then it was just like, we finna build your brand, G. And we just went from that type shit. Like, me and Big Twan it's more than just you know what I'm saying, two motherfuckers that be working like we brothers. Like, you know what I'm saying, his mama called me son type shit. My mama fuck with him tough. If my mama can't get in touch with me, she calling him, where's my son? Like, you know what I'm saying? So me and Big Twine is a different type of locked in for sure.
And you would think y'all would have been childhood friends.
You would have thought that, yeah. We super understand one another. Probably just about impossible for us to fall out for real. We've had disagreements before, but you know, we done talked about shit. Big Twine know I love him very dearly, and I care about him as far as like him being the best motherfucker that he possibly could be, as far and also his well-being. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is some genuine real shit going on. So yeah, that's just how we rocking for real. Yeah.
And I respect Twan for everything he done. And I definitely respect that relationship as well. I will never forgive you for snitching on him.
Don't you? Oh, folks, right.
Yeah, you knew I was at to bring it up at some point. Right. Yeah, you was bogus for that one. But at the end of the day, like, that's another thing. Y'all play y'all roles so well. People take like you know what the certain movies that certain people have played.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, basically, that's basically pretty much it.
For sure.
Y'all play y'all roles so well. It's like when some shit goes left for Big Twine or some shit go left for you, we would put the blame on you guys like it's some actual situation that happened in real life. Okay. Like, it was to the point where you had to make a whole video explaining it.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, though. And you want to know who else who also does the same thing as you, sort of, and we all respect very well? SkinBone.
Oh, God.
Now, with Bone, though, it's very clear that you both y'all might do the same thing, but y'all in two different lanes. Oh, it's very clear. He actually takes the comedian title. And on top of that, he does other things too, like Twitch. And what else that man be doing? He also have his own show, Baddie Show. And he also has an app and everything. Yep. It's certain steps he took that you did not take. So that separates the two. But yet, for some reason, y'all always compare to him.
For sure.
So it's like for y'all, and of course, Chicago, they would, like I said, like with the Montana thing, they would try to make that a competition as well. But you both have spoken of being friendly competition. And it's even to the point where one time Bone had to compare y'all both having the same level of following. I think 1.2 million. He said, hey, twin, I'm going to be right behind you in a second. So it's like, I'm pretty sure y'all both been talked about keeping this all friendly and shit. So it's like, how do you not let the internet get to your head to make it a competition?
I'm just not influenced like that, G. Like, you know what I'm saying? The internet is comprised of a population of motherfuckers that I don't know.
That is true.
And don't know me.
That is
like, you know what I'm saying? So to just allow these motherfuckers to put a battery in my back is insane. But, you know, me and SkinBone have had a friendly competition for quite some time. I love to see his growth and what he doing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a iron sharpens iron. Type thing. We just keep each other on our toes. We're always going to be in competition, not just with content, everything. Cars, homes, everything.
Now to the point. Now that would sound like competition if y'all comparing real life versus the actual content. It's one thing versus content, but real life is crazy. But that's another thing that I noticed. It's first off, you're not a comedian. I'm making that very clear from my standpoint. I know exactly what's going on, and I've been knew what's going on. You are not a comedian. You are an entertainer. That's a proper word to use to describe you.
For sure.
But when it comes down to comedians / entertainers overall, because that's where we're all in the goal for, to entertain. For the entertainers, and I'm talking about for the comedy standpoint, nobody really has any competition towards each other. It's like with rappers, they would have competition and they would be divided.
Yeah.
Everyone comes together. Rico, Uncle Hank, Big Lowdown, and even with the females too, they try to be bringing down too. So it's like everyone is all together.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the internet at this point, the internet does not want y'all to separate. But then that's where we had to talk about this. You did not do nothing in particular. You may have made you made a live body that went on YouTube, but there was a situation, Shaky and Dontario, which then turned into Shaky and SkinBone. That was when the competition really transpired over the internet. Okay. And we just may have seen you there, though you did nothing to be talked about in a bad way and to be put anyone against you. Yeah. For some reason, you had to take an initiative to speak out on that publicly. Yeah. So, first off, let's get it clear. As of right now, everyone's on good terms, right? To your knowledge, because recently I seen Bitch One bring SkinBone and Shaky.
For the most part, I mean, you know, motherfuckers are at least able to be cordial.
Of course. And overall, to the fans and my perspective, it only got as big as it did because it got to the internet. So for the person that was recording that video, is that person still around? Because I'm not trying to be personal or don't my 2 cents in it, but it's like, if whoever recorded that, first off, that video was old. That came out last year. Like you judging off just you alone, the hairstyles and the teeth was definitely different.
Absolutely.
So it's like, if we have people that has these type of videos that are still around, that may be someone you want to cut off and keep a certain distance to, because who's to say that person won't cause any more
type shit.
Yeah, you know. So it's like, does that make you be more aware of the company that you keep?
Yeah, for sure. I've kind of always been that way, for real.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of like a reinforcement.
Yeah. But also, because these are your friends, did you also take initiative to reach out to let them know we can be better than this?
Oh, sure. I've had SkinBone and Shaky on the phone together. Was it together? What did I have to? I think I had to talk back and forth to them and just, you know, trying to talk about shit. I'm not really very internet.
And I'm glad you don't be.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be on some real nigga activity for real. I mean, like I had said when I spoke on it, men are gonna be men. So the differences will be resolved, you know what I'm saying, in due time. And I believe at this point, everyone is able to be cordial at the least. So that's a blessing in itself.
Of course. And I like that people are able to be cordial and everything, because these are all great and very talented people that you worked with, from SkinBone to Shaky to Dontario. And like I was saying, we're at the point where now they don't want a competition between the entertainers. They want everybody to be together and everything. Right. So for everyone to be cordial, at least that's a good thing. If things behind closed door, things cannot be what it once was for what we may have perceived it to be, then I understand it is what it is. But I'm also glad that as a friend, there was a situation with Jermaine where this had nothing to do with entertainment, but like he had to get into it with somebody at a store, and his friends, they had made content out of it. You didn't make no content out of it. You ain't make no jokes about this or nothing. It's certain situations that go viral on the internet, in regards to if it's your friend or not. People can make content out of it. This is something that you was able to, as your friend, this is how I feel like we should move about this. So I'm glad you was able to do that for them.
For sure.
And now let's talk about this. What recently, and by recently I mean like a month or two ago, a month ago, this had to be talked about. And I never thought, out of all people, this motherfucker would talk about it. And this person is Billionaire Black. He did a recent interview with No Jumper, and he spoke on Reggie Baybee. And it is very clear that to Chicago and anybody else that's in the comedy lane, or entertainment lane, I should say, Reggie is considered to be up there when it comes down to making skits and everything. What he said may have been misunderstood by me. I'm not sure, or anything like that, or anything like that. So I'm gonna make sure I be accurate when I say this. For when I put the headline about this, Billionaire. Wait, let me make sure I can put this up the right way. Okay, here you go. I put up where he said Reggie Baybee started the comedy wave in Chicago, and the lane got opened up once he got locked up and everything. What Billy was basically saying, it was a lot of Chicago rappers that have turned into entertainers and everything. This may have been misunderstood because it got to the point where you had commented. You put LOL. Mojo Brooks had commented. He laughed at it, and he basically said everyone, what he does is stand up. Not one other person does what he does. And it's been other people, other shaky. They had to tell him, you drunk, you tweaking. Yeah. Basically, everyone who was in the entertainment lane had to tell Billionaire, you got me fucked up, because that is not what's going on. So what it damn near sounded like Reggie Baybee paved the way for people to be embracing comedy for Chicago. Was that how you took it at first when you saw it?
How I took it was like basically Reggie Baybee, I guess, paved the way for content. I think that's how I took it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it got to the point where Reggie had to speak from jail and basically
and
cleared it up.
For sure.
And he gave credit to you as well.
No, real
And
nice.
you and Shaky, but he does feel like he did speak on how he feel like what he have done. And a lot of people, and some people like Future, and he did agree with him with Billy about that. But then Billy has made it clear. So as far as Reggie Baybee, where do you say he stand when it comes down to the comedy wave of everything?
I do remember that period of time. Me and Reggie Baybee have had rapport his whole comedy career. I remember his first real viral video, and that was the fireworks going off in the bedroom. And
I remember that.
After I saw that, instantly, I put him in an episode immediately after. I think that's where the misunderstanding came from at first, thinking that he paved the way for content or humorous productions. I think the misunderstanding that came about from that post regarding Reggie Baybee was that he paved the way like for content in Chicago, which is what contributed to me coming LOL. Because there were several Chicago notables that were paving that road for content before he started, one of them being myself. Even though I identify as an artist / rapper, I have contributed quite a bit to the content scene in Chicago, as far as even taking it to even professional heights. But then, Reggie Baybee even cleared it up as far as even with me more so doing YouTube, which is facts. I was definitely attacking YouTube something different.
Yes, you did.
And I was doing skits, but not as often as they were. And I don't think I concentrated on them as much as they did. Reggie Baybee definitely had some monster ass numbers when he was doing that shit. He did. Ain't
I
no
agree
question about
heavily.
that. I observed that shit. I was in some of them. Like, he was fucking them up. So, and then he had a certain type of content. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, definitely not taking anything away from his legacy and what he did. I guess the only misunderstanding that initially came was that basically he created the wave of content in Chicago, and he is the leader, ooh, that's when I'm like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying, type shit. Because even my personal contributions, like even taking it to a professional level with having AT&T come and work with me and put my face on all the billboards in the city, the airports, all that. You know what I'm
Even
saying?
airports?
That was in 2019. Shit, AT&T is who even verified me on Instagram. So, and that was a very big campaign. I said in one of my freestyles, AT&T gave me 40 racks while I was still staying on Paxton. I had contracts in the trenches. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was staying on 7th at Paxton when they gave me that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just really taking this content shit to a worldwide level where motherfuckers was just like, that's how they talk. And I gotta come to Jerk 48. Like Jerk 48 is a tourist attraction now. Like, it's like you can't even come to Chicago if you don't go. How the fuck you come to Chicago and don't go to Jerk 48? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just I done contributed to this content shit different. Like my shit done hit different. And that's not taken away from any of the other content creators. Cause like, for example, Shaky is actually who heavily inspired me with the content.
He did.
Yes. That's who I saw first. I saw Shaky first. I saw Shaky on Facebook. M's. 2-3 M's regularly. Fucking them up. And I always had Shaky in my search history because I was always checking his numbers and checking his content and trying to do better than him. So, you know what I'm saying? So I just say that to say that's not taken away from other content creators because motherfuckers is doing their shit. SkinBone is definitely like creating a mark on the content scene for Chicago, and has been creating that mark for quite some time with the type of content that he does and what he be on. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, SkinBone is funny in real life.
That is true.
Just in casual conversation without even trying. Like, you know what I'm saying? So everybody do their thing and do it how they do it. Everybody in Chicago doing their shit. It was a pleasure to see Rico's work ethic, for example.
Rico has the best work ethic as far as Instagram, if you ask me. I always see something from him. And and on top of that, as far as the comedy lane, like before anyone knows, I could say Rico was someone that I was always say that was supporting me and encouraging me to get onto the comedy as well, because with my page and everything, I highlight with the rappers and music and everything. But over the years, I eventually started thinking at some point I could start covering this. Yeah. And that's what I did with Rico.
For sure.
And Rico is setting a wave, if you ask me, because like with Fred, with the message from Fred, when he runs up to the camera and gives out certain messages and everything, that is something that I've seen other people have tried to imitate. I was very angry when they did that, but at the same time, I cannot get mad. That's how I go, and that's what it is being a content creator. You also become an influencer as well. And that's something that you, Reggie, Shaky, and countless of SkinBone and everyone else have done as well. I could say everyone who's in the comedy, entertainment lane, regardless of his comedy or anything else, you always become an influencer. And that's something I think Billionaire Black pointed out when he corrected me on how I posted it as well. So I appreciate Billy for making it clear of what he was what he meant, what he wanted for me to understand. Because when I promoted it, I didn't try to cause no harm. And I'm pretty sure you notice when I post anything about y'all, I do not intend on causing no harm and everything. It's just like how I take things, I may summarize it to the same way that the audience can gravitate and listen to as well. Like I try to understand my crowd, and I try to understand the best way to make everyone actually listen to the clips. It's weird. But yeah, though, overall though, you wouldn't mind talking to Billionaire Black about an episode, would you?
Oh no, for sure. I would definitely put him in some shit. He's one of the pillars of Chicago culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try to reach out to as many people as possible, from both sides, from all sides.
And I love
like,
that
you know what I'm saying? Like, I it's possible for me to have ops in the same episode.
Oh,
Not
no,
in the
no.
same scene.
Oh, no. I'm about
But
to
in
say.
the same episode.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's possible.
Yeah, 'cause
depending. Now, certain situations are too deep for me to have them in the same episode. But depending, you know what I'm saying, on the situation, because I really just enjoy uniting Chicago.
Yes.
So it's just like, yeah, I would definitely fuck with Billy on the episode.
Yeah. Oh, and keep that Uniting Chicago. Like, I'm gonna put that. This is gonna be an off-camera conversation. That's something I do want to enlighten you on that I am trying to do as far as Uniting Chicago. But just a couple more content questions, then we're gonna move on here. And with the content and everything, you get more than just rappers. The professional way of saying it is you also get adult entertainers in your episodes, but the ghetto way of saying it, you bring porn stars to the table as well.
Type.
And then that's where it leads to this. You be having some bad bitches in your episodes, Photo. You know you do. You know you do. And I'm pretty sure, and this is something I have dealt with from time to time based on the female arbors and artists that I've promoted as well. With these females to the males, and maybe some female fans as well, but mostly males. It is hard for us to look at you and you to look me in the eye and tell me you have not at least tried to fuck some of these women. But in an interview with Bo Deal, Straight Drop and Sheller H, you broke it down. You know damn well you're not going to, because you know if you're telling them this is what it's for, the content reasons, then you will keep in mind that this ain't that.
Absolutely.
Now, just a side question here. This is just a fun question. And be honest, folks. It is very tempting. There's a strong temptation to want to shoot your shot with these women, isn't it?
It isn't. And the reason
Oh, it's
being,
not?
It's not because I think it's corny personally to have a woman to come around for a particular purpose and use that purpose to try to see what's to it. I think that's extremely corny.
That is true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's lame. So, man, you trying to get in the video, woo-woo. 9 times out of 10, she wouldn't have linked up with me if that wasn't the reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? She came to get some business done. She come around. So shit, what you be on? That shit wild. So with that, you know what I'm saying, being my logic, like, I'm Gucci on that.
This may be an age thing for you. Me, I'm 21. So I can definitely admit there is a temptation, but at the same time, self-control, boundaries, and respect for the women. Yeah. So I definitely make sure that regardless of how attracted I may view a woman, I make sure I know for a fact that I'm very respectful. And I would not try anything. And for all the females, I would not do nothing that could make you uncomfortable as well. And I'm definitely glad that you are on that same timing.
For sure.
But let's also talk about it though. Like, when it comes down to the women, even though that may not be the timing you on, there at the same time, we still are at the point now where you got a high level of fame and you're in a high caliber around a certain people that people want to be around, but cannot be around. So, and also you have it's a lot that comes with you, and benefits is what may be what's glorified about you. And that's where we got certain females who do want to be around you and may want to get in the content video and is willing to do such things to get there. Is there how often is it that when females do be in your videos, these may have been no. Yeah. How often is it where it's certain females that may be in your videos? It has been time where these are women who has also tried to go down to that standard to get there.
I don't carry myself in a fashion where I would make a woman like comfortable with being on there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very focused and, you know what I'm saying, on business. You know, I'm not like a bloodhound. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you'll have a lot of niggas that act like they ain't never seen a fat ass before. They ain't never seen, you know what I'm saying, some big breasts. Like, I'm not moved by that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you thick. I'm not looking at a woman like she a piece of meat and all that. Like, you know? So I don't make it easy for that to be a thing because I don't carry myself like that. You have to, women have, like, they have, like, detectors for those type of niggas.
That is
so,
true.
So it's just like, I ain't even coming off like that, so I ain't making it easy for you to even be on that for real. So, yeah. For sure.
All right. And outside of just what the women that we have seen, first off, salute to every woman who has contributed to Korporate's content because first off, I for one can say you are definitely some deep and beautiful women, but you are also very talented women. And with what you all aspire to be, it's something that I can see that you will become. There's a lot that there is a great and bright future for everyone who has contributed to Korporate and also any other content creator overall. Whatever you do, you will always be respected. And if not respected by all, at least from me. Just to be putting my personal heart and my 2 cents in it. Just know I respect all women out there. That's content creators and all. But also, I respect all women who have spoken on you too, because it has been plenty of women who've spoken on you. And not one has given you a bad review.
Okay.
Which goes to show what you just said. You don't carry yourself in a certain fashion into where it could be that. So that's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
But if that's the case, why does your thumbnails be consistent of fat asses for them? Because
That's how you trigger the algorithm.
And you in that algorithm shit. All right, bet, cool.
Yeah.
All right, and that's smart too, because it's been times where I have posted certain things with females and everything, and then shit just shot up. I'm looking at y'all like, bro, y'all niggas is crazy.
For sure.
Because I know it's the niggas. The females do not act like this, but there are certain females who are. But that's not the point I'm trying to bring up. But yeah, though, self-control, having a certain way of carry yourself. Would you also say certain discipline, like certain ways you was brought up to view women, like how you was raised and everything, was determines how you carry yourself now?
And also, I think pussy only got power over those who have a lack thereof. So niggas that don't be getting no action, they act like they starving.
That is true.
So,
hey, I'm glad you point that out. That could say a lot about certain people's character.
for sure.
But all right, dope. Now let's break down something else. I would like the first lady that I would like to give a personal shout out to, Tiara.
For sure.
She plays your mother so well. I mentally developed the program into thinking that's Korporate's mother in real life.
And my mama fuck with her too. My real mama, like, she fuck with her.
And that's where I had to find out your real mama is not Tiara.
Exactly.
But as far as Tiara and everything, like, is she blood related to you, or that's a content creator that had been a friend as well?
Good friend of mine, content creator. Yeah.
Well, your friend knows how to play your mother so well.
Absolutely.
How the fuck can she do it?
That's why I chose her. I'm trying to remember where I seen that. I think I seen a video of her. I reached out like, I want you to play my mama. Like, you remind me of my mama. Small woman, big personality. My mama, a little lady, but her shadow is 6 feet tall. She never played that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck me up, all that. Like, my mama never played that shit at all. And that's the character that, you know what I'm saying, Tiara. Yeah, just a strong black woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? She play it down to the T.
For sure. And I was definitely going to say, it's like the way she acts as your mother, I'm thinking, is this how your mother was growing up in real life? And clear as day, it is.
For sure.
And as far as your mother and everything, that this is the part where we talk about the family and parental aspect of things. I'm pretty sure there's not one woman on God's green earth that can replace her.
Right.
For you. And with your mother and everything, you speak highly of her in the content, in public on social media, and in your songs. And one person that you do not speak highly of is your father.
Oh God.
And as far as your father and everything, you have someone that plays as him. Is that your father in real life or no? Okay, great. Just making sure I'm not tweaking.
Shout out to Corey, Inglewood Branded. Just a good friend of mine.
All right. Salute to you, Corey. As a matter of fact, put me more in tune with his brand.
Absolutely. He has a lot going on. Very positive brother, for sure. A lot.
For sure. And with your father and everything, first off, when you make the content in regards to, I'm pretty sure the content with your mother, that's how it is in real life. But when you make the content expressing who your father is and at least how he portrays himself to be, was that how it was in real life? So it's been situations where he showed up and he actually needed a kidney from you.
Not that.
Okay.
But the Social Security number shit, it was one episode that was kind of really, really, really close to home. Dealing with the relationship between me and my father, with me having younger characters to play younger me in different scenarios and all that. It was very close. Very close.
Okay. Now, I've done interviews for over a year, as I mentioned to you earlier. And I've talked with a lot of rappers about parenthood and everything. Fathers as well. But I've also talked to them about mothers. Now, the way you speak on your mother, there are certain people, no, your father, correct me, I'm sorry here. The way you speak on your father, a rapper by the name of 051 Kiddo, he spoke on his mother to me. He told me he has a great relationship with his father, but not his mother. I'm like, oh, you didn't? He said, I don't. And I'm like, that hit hard. And what I personally have done, like I have a great mother, and I say I can say 68% of my heart belongs to her. And I say, and when I say 68, I mean like she's one of the most important factors in my life, and she contributes to who I am as a person. That's what I mean by that. And when I view my mother, I look at everyone else and I assume they have the same type of mother. When you speak on your mother, do you view other people and assume they have the same type of relationship? Like the relationship that you have with your mother, you assume others have that as well? Yes or no?
I do.
Okay, and that's what I assumed with every other rapper that I've interviewed, plus Kiddo. But for him to say that he don't, that reminded me of how you spoke on your father. And then I'm just now thinking about it. It's other people who I've talked to, and they spoke on not even having their mother because they passed at a young age. Yeah. Or they don't have a good relationship, or some mothers neglected them. When you and your father and everything, you spoke plenty of times. And first off, before I even ask any other question about him, do you feel like that's something that could ever be fixed?
No. Could. Thanksgiving.
And that's exactly what Kiddo said with me about his mother. And so what do you feel like was a breaking point? Because I'm pretty sure at some point in your life, there was a point in time where you wanted him to be there, but there was a final breaking point. What was that breaking point?
Having Brazile and realizing what he was supposed to do. And realizing shit that he did and didn't do. It took for me to have my own child to be like, type shit, epiphanies. In addition to things that occurred in the past, it was like, yeah, that's when it really started. I really started to realize, like, yeah, he a goofy.
Oh, and remind me how old you was when you had Brazile.
I want to say I was 23. I want to say 23.
Okay, so he wasn't a teenager having kids. Okay, 23 years, he had a chance to have tried to fix something. Okay. Now, then that's why I was going to ask you, for you being a parent, first off, you're a parent of 3 here, and a parent of 3. That's kind of the reason why I asked you about the other females that you bring in the content and everything, because It's said for certain people, depending on how many kids they have, that determines on how often they want to be around other opposite gender. But excluding that, you have 3 children. They're all daughters and everything. And the way a son the love that the son has for the mother, that's the same way the daughters have for their fathers. And so so as far as your connection to your father, do you feel like it's really a gender thing? Like it's easier for you to not gravitate towards him?
Mm-mm. I was his number 1 fan at one point. He actually drove me to this point. I was his number 1 fan. And shit just occurred one after one after one. And it was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So no, not that. I was his number 1 fan.
Now, I'm a assume the other 2 daughters do not think too much of your father as well. But what about Brazile? Does she ever have talks with you about
Brazile ain't fucking with him because she know how I feel about him. She done been around him and I wasn't around. Ain't have much to say because she know he hurt my feelings.
Oh, it was even times where you had to bring her around him.
No, she didn't been around him and I wasn't around
for
one reason or another, you know. But she wasn't fucking with him. And my 2 younger babies don't even know him, so we just gonna keep it that way.
I was about to say, because like sometimes with certain people, and I'm saying certain people, it's been times where it's had to took for the father of the father to be around the grandchildren, and that may have made him realize, what have I done? I'm sorry, I could have been there, but if you could give me the chance to at least be in the grandchildren's life, you may be able to.
That shit smoke.
Okay.
Smoked turkey.
Then let me ask you this. What message could you give to those who are fathers then? Because there is a lot of fathers like you who may not have had their dad or may have their dad, but either, let me make sure I say this the right way. There's a lot of fathers like you who either may not have had their fathers but made sure they stay with their children, or that may have had their fathers but don't have their children at all. It's a lot of people who have the word father entitled to them, but it's a lot of contributions to being a father that they don't have. So what is something that you can give to all the males out there to let them know that as a father, this is what you need to be doing and this is how you need to be moving accordingly to be considered as one?
For sure. You just got to love your babies and you got to be there. You got to prioritize them. And just do what the fuck you supposed to do. These niggas not retarded. You know what I'm saying? They know what the fuck they supposed to do. They know what they do when they got these motherfucking puppies. You ever seen a nigga, how he care about his dogs, G?
Yeah.
They know what the fuck to do. A lot of them just choose not to. Love your babies and step up and take care of them. It's just that simple. You know, the way I love on my girls, like, when I get older, I know they gonna love on me right back. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna fuck around come a time where the only people you got is your kids. So I love on my children different. I love on them, I teach them things, I keep them in order. Like I'm heavily working on Brazile's entertainment career right now.
I was just about to get ready to ask you about that further down the line, but go ahead.
Absolutely, like, and you know, one of my reasons why I'm so passionate about her shit is because my pops wasn't passionate about man.
All right, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, as far as stepfathers and everything, you mentioned that you had a stepfather at one point in time too.
That of whom is the man in my life I respect more than any other man.
Now, with certain things, when it comes down to stepfathers and everything, there has been said you can be the father that stepped up and you can be the father if you want to, because at the end of the day, a male's job as a father, that's what it is, and that's what they do. But there's still certain boundaries to it, which is why you still use the word stepfather when you would speak on him. Mm-hmm. Do you look at him as your father, or
No,
he's still nothing more than just that?
No, he's been a dad to me forever. I remember when me and my siblings was much younger. He bought my mama a coat. She was like, and she had 4 kids at the time. bought my mama a coat. She was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I can't even take this. I gotta get my baby's coats. I ain't, you know? He bought all us coats.
All right,
You know what I'm saying? And I think he been around since I was like 2. Like, and just being a real man. He taught me a lot of things. He taught me how to work with my hands, how to check oil, you know what I'm saying, change brakes, screw shit, like, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. So, and just be a working man. So, and he's loved on my mama for years and still loves on her until this very day. And him and all of my siblings was actually just here leading up to the 4th, that week of the 4th. You know what I'm saying? And everybody stayed at my house, whatever. Like, I've just always had the utmost respect for him forever, and I always will. A very deep respect for him. Stepfathers matter.
Oh, I was about to ask you.
Matter.
I was just about to ask you. In today's generation, we got stepfathers. Okay, that's cool and all, but at the same time, because you're not the father, there's still a certain limit. That's at least how today's generation view it. So I was about to ask you if stepfathers matter, but you made it clear. Stepfathers do matter. Okay. Yeah. Now let me ask the final question in regards to the parenthood and everything, or your parents, I should say. When it comes down to the topic and the feeling of death, that's not something you wish on people.
Right.
And that's not something that you could consider a joking matter or something that you could take joy in, right?
Right.
Now, and just a final question in regards to your father. I'm pretty sure, you know what, I'm not going to assume how he feels. I can't say it. But as far as you, like you said, at one point in time, you was his number one fan and everything, and that shit died when he was 23, where you had Brazile and everything. God forbid, because I'm not going to speak this on him, but if that time does come where it's time to go and everything, would you still at least attend his funeral?
Of course not. I've actually already made that clear. Don't fucking call me.
Wow.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Okay. Then there's no further question I could ask about him.
Okay.
I understand your feelings is clear, and I can do nothing but just pray for the best for you.
For sure.
And Brazile, of course, because you said she's aware of who she is and everything. So I understand. All right. Now, for Brazile, considering the time and everything, because it is like, I'm finna wrap this up, because like I'm just gonna ask the most important questions and everything. It's 12 o'clock.
Oh, good.
It's 12 in the morning. We still working.
For sure.
I gotta drive home. Folks just can go straight to sleep at any point. But Brazile, first off, as a fan of you, I cannot say I'm not a fan of her as well.
Man,
because for her to do, I don't remember. I never, for the life of me, I do not know her age. So, but I know for a fact when she first did her own episode, it was before before you was in your before you got your glow up too. Like when you still had a certain hairstyle and everything, the teeth and everything.
You know.
Yeah. But I basically got what I'm talking about here. It was a point in time where she had her episodes too, and it's like, damn, she do it just as flawless as you do.
Yeah.
And one thing she's starting to do is on YouTube channel and everything. So,
yeah.
First off, do you look at Brazile as your favorite child?
Oh, nah. And the reason being is that each one of my children are different. I handle them differently, and they each have to be loved differently, and I appreciate each one of them for different reasons. It's funny you mentioned that, because one of my sisters expressed that she felt like I'm my mama's favorite child. But with me having, you know what I'm saying, 3 different girls, each one of them is just something different. Brazile, she makes me very proud with just being such a reflection of me. In the last episode I dropped, when she was telling a story about a chipped tooth, her delivery of that was her own delivery. You know what I'm saying? The inflection, her mannerisms, like, she just got it. Daddy told her what to say, and she just said that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? She just be making me proud with just how talented she is. My 8-year-old Milan, she's I have to, she's my child that I have to keep close. I think every parent knows which child that they keep close. And she's the one that's the most clingiest on me, I would have to say. And she requires a lot of attention. She requires more attention than Brazile does. So I gotta love on her a little more. Iceland is a sweetie pie. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's still young. She's 5 years old. And I just have to handle her in a certain way as well. I appreciate just being a parent in general and just having to take these young girls and contribute into grooming them to be productive members of society, grooming them into being strong black queens. You know what I'm saying? It's a treasure. One-on-one time with them, each one of them is totally different. So that makes it hard for me to have a favorite child because each one just gives something that the other one doesn't. So yeah, that's why I don't have a favorite genuinely. I speak on Brazile all the time, like that's my nigga. I tell everybody all the time, like Brazile, that's my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying, but that's my nigga. All my daughters is my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying, me and Brazile got our own handshake. Me and Milan got our own handshake. And then
I think you did one of them handshakes in your episodes too. I think it was episode 71. But if I remember correctly.
We did something in one of those, but as far as like our official handshake, me and Brazile, we came up with recently. I think I posted it on my story. Want to say for somewhere, it was something recently that happened. I posted it on my story, and me and Milan had made ours fake recently as well. So yeah, I just enjoy being a parent for real.
And I remember one point in time you made a post about Brazile. I think it was on her birthday.
Yeah.
And it was a point in time. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I know you said one time while she was in class or something like that, one of her teachers, for some reason, had the nerve to tell her, your father's a star, not you, for some reason, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're right, on 4th grade.
And I'm looking at that shit like, huh?
Goofy as hell.
Exactly. Fuck, who you think you talking to, folks? If I'm a fan of Brazile Marie, imagine who else is. A whole bunch of them.
Man, look. So what the fuck? I don't know, G. I don't be knowing what be wrong with some of these adults for real. It's different shit that occurred during the course of school year that'll piss me off. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as like one of her teachers steady questioning her about what she had and shit. Is that a real Canada Goose? And
the fuck?
What the fuck? Like, why are you asking her this shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of the teachers from the school, she just graduated from 8th grade. Like, just being weird as hell. Brazile, I got Brazile a little Gucci necklace, and I may have my husband to give me one. It's like she just steady checking it, or Brazile pictures. Red bottoms, Brazile, yes. Get the fuck off of her dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that adults can be so fucking weird sometimes, G. Like, I don't know, folks. I just talk to my daughter like, you know what I'm saying? Brazile know she that nigga. All my kids know they that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even, like, that teacher that told her she not, I don't know what the fuck was to her, G. Like, you know what I'm saying? Brazile following damn that tougher than mad for real. Brazile is a motherfucker. Her motherfucking 8th grade graduation party, that shit got shut down. The police came and shut it down. It was to capacity. Motherfuckers got turned around at the door. Brazile Marie got her own shit going on. Like, I don't know why that teacher said that goofy ass shit. 4th grade. Brazile, that nigga.
Well, for shit show she is, because she's a great resemblance and reflection of you. And first off, for the teacher, first she graduated, so I'm pretty sure she's not gonna deal with this shit from her teacher. But for the teacher, act your age, not your shoe size.
For sure.
And
Miss Popo, I think that's her name. Your ass a goofy.
Yeah, for sure. You tweaking, folks. But it's situations like that. Do that make you want to transfer schools first, so she don't have to be dealing with this type of shit, or you rather her just like, or she just chose to like just mold and adjust to it because she is gonna like she is a star and she's gonna get more.
Definitely shit that took place.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
She ain't going to school and see no more. Right now.
So she definitely is gonna be pursuing high school studies far away. So yeah.
All right, for shit show. All right, and now for Brazil and everything. And first off, this is for the youth and the children out here. Message to the youth and everything. Of course, it's pretty clear every one of your daughters look up to you. But along with your daughters, they're friends, which is also the youth that we have to look up for. And like you said, something about your content is always a lesson behind it. It can be entertainment, but you always add that moral of the story, which also makes you a positive influence and everything. So you got the youth that looks up to you more than just your daughters. Mm-hmm. For the youth that's out there listening, what's your message to the youth?
Confidence. Just have that confidence in yourself and just be consistent for real. And don't allow yourself to be influenced by the wrong people, G.
Yes.
Yo, you are as great as your circle is. One thing I love to tell the you, G, it's okay to be sober. It's so heavily publicized that you have to be inebriated and under some type of influence. Let me see something. One of the reasons motherfuckers look so old and bombed out and depleted is because of the things that they put in their body. There's alcohol, smoking every blunt, popping every pill. Like, when you get old, that's why motherfuckers be fucked up. That's why people be fucked up, G. Like, it's better to operate and move and work with a sound man. To know what's going on around you, to be aware, to be alive. Don't let nobody tell you that you gotta be participating in some type of act some type of activity that could affect your better judgment and just how you move and wacky and just participating in goofy shit. Like, it is totally okay to be sober. If you don't hear nothing else, please listen to that.
For sure. Because not everybody gonna end up looking like Snoop Dogg when they get older.
I'm trying to tell you. And you know, the youth, they listen with their eyes.
That is true.
Right.
They do.
And this is not no he say, she say that I'm delivering. This is a motherfucker that get to it. I get to it. I can't go into specifics as far as numbers. I prefer not to.
I wouldn't want you to.
However, I get to it, okay? Like, I'm giving you the real recipe. I went from an air mattress to a 12,000 square foot home. Like, I'm telling you, it's somebody that's in this shit. It's okay to be sober. Be focused. Constantly feed your brain. Research. Read. You're gonna be a dangerous monster. You're gonna be dangerous. Motherfuckers can't do shit with me. Just think about it. Even with me being in content or even with me aspiring to do music, right? With me exercising the muscles in my brain and allowing myself to personally learn how to work these cameras and edit, I can easily shoot a music video and edit and put it out myself. A lot of rappers out there tell y'all it's a headache getting videos shot and having to wait 2-3 weeks to get it back.
True.
I could shoot a video and have it out the next day because I made myself that type of monster to be able to do that. If I want to shoot a fucking movie tomorrow, I can shoot that movie and edit that movie myself. You don't even understand what you're capable of, G. Like, you don't understand what you're capable of. I don't write any fucking raps down. Everything is off the top. I don't write any scripts down.
Everything off the top?
I don't write anything down. No raps, no nothing.
All right.
Everything is off the top. Ask D Brooks exclusive. I step in that booth and I go. Like the capabilities, like your capabilities is way beyond what you would ever imagine. Just lock in with yourself. Lock in with yourself.
All right, for sure. And locking in with yourself can be a headache, even if you're sober. And that's where it goes down to this health check. How are you feeling mentally, Phone?
Man, I'm cool. I'm calm. Just working as hard as I can. I got some goals that I'm trying to achieve by the end of the year. So I've been locking in. One of the reasons why the episode's been dropping every fucking week. Like it's just different things that I'm trying to accomplish, different points that I'm trying to approve. So instead of doing all this and what just work, I just get down to it and work. So that's what I've been on. So yeah, I'm cool.
All right. 2 more questions here, and and then we gonna have to call this over. This one question is gonna be about a current event topic, and then this one is gonna be a most important question here. So we got in Chicago. You seen how it changed from back then to right now.
Yeah.
And you see what happened from the beginning of the drill movement to right now. We have a lot that's been going on. And of course, we still gotta remember, it's Chicago, not Chirac.
Yeah.
And you said that plenty of times.
Shirts. Yeah,
and you wear merch that said it and all. So now, Chicago.
And thank you for not being the Chirac wave. I would have never fucked with you if it was Chirac. I remember being at and I don't fuck with the Chirac term under any circumstances. I remember being at an event and somebody was like, yeah, I want to interview you on with Chirac magazine. No.
And check this out. Throughout this whole interview, did I ever refer to Chicago as the rack?
At no point.
See?
Oh, God.
And first off, I'm from Chicago, so I'd rather it be Chicago than Chirac anyway. But
sure.
Anybody who knows corporate understands a big pet peeve is referring to Chicago as Chirac.
For sure.
But I'll put it in y'all terms for right now. The rack is pushing peace. And yes, we got advocates like J-Mane for it. And then we also got Golden Child with the unity and everything. Now, for these two to be big parts of that, and of course, Lil Durk trying to be a part of it. He's actually got on the phone with J-Mane about that.
A blessing.
Which is definitely a blessing. Of course, you stand for the peace and everything. Everything about you represents positivity. But you were speaking on one being unity. I don't recall, at least on the internet at least, I don't recall seeing you next to them. Or if you have been talking to them or next to them and everything, is there anything that you guys have coming up that we have coming up that's going to bring the city together?
Well, I'm definitely familiar with Golden Child. Definitely conversations and everything. We definitely have been acquainted already.
Let me correct myself with the J-Mane thing. He been in your content. You definitely had locked in with him. Go ahead.
Yep, and of course locked in with FYB. I mean, I think that's just another one of those things where everybody just working for real. I'm glad that there's another peace push. I've been working, pushing peace for quite some time. As far as just putting as much positive energy into the atmosphere as possible, going to the schools. My Corpus Christmas at the county that I do with the Cook County Juvenile Center every year. Speaking at graduations, like community activist work. Even with like how I advocated for that young man.
Oh yeah, I remember the one who broke it with the ATM. I remember.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I just be active. So I'm just glad to see another pushing of peace being activated. So I'm a fan of it all.
And with you being a fan of it, and you have been It's safe to say you've been contributing to being that for the longest. So it's like, what I feel like is, if all the advocates come together and really make a big stand and everything, a big change can happen. Yeah. Have y'all ever come up with a big plan to make that stand?
We haven't spoken about it. I've spoken to Golden Child about doing some stuff. Okay. And me and Jay Main, we didn't really conversed about only the content. We haven't even conversed about his Pushing Peace initiative, at least not yet. Okay. But
Well, this basically the reason I'm asking, because I'm trying to encourage you to do that. Yeah. Whenever you had the time, I want all y'all to talk about that. Sure. And I definitely have no problem being a part of that as well. Sure, and like I told you, when this camera turned off, I want to enlighten you about something I'm trying to do. Okay. But overall, it's gonna take for niggas like us to bring out more niggas like us.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. All right, now for the most important question of all, and we're gonna wrap this shit up. And this is TCW feedback, Chicago Wave. Now, to dilemma questions and the actual questions. Now, you are aware of the page, and are you aware of the interviews that I've done as well?
Yes.
Okay. I have been doing interviews for
You talking about like the wait.
Not just the clips, but the actual interviews as well. Or just the interview clips.
More so like the recent stuff. Like I know you be doing like conversations with like KB Nene.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Me and her have a whole podcast.
Okay,
Yeah,
I've seen that stuff too, for sure.
Okay. Have you seen me when I've interviewed other artists as well?
Not too many of them.
Okay, it's been times I spoke on you in the interviews and everything.
Okay, when you was interviewing the artists, okay, I've seen clips of those for sure.
Okay, great. Now, with the artists I've interviewed, it's been over a year. 6 months of me interviewing, I happen to be in the same room with Mimo 600, and he is someone who I think was heavily aware of everything I had going on, and definitely aware of the interviews as well. To his perspective, he feels like I'm not doing a good. At first, he was feeling like, I don't know if he still feels this way now. He wasn't feeling like that I'm doing a good job of bringing great quality people to the interview. His exact words was, "You be interviewing anybody," and me personally, for what I tried to do, my goal was to interview artists for sure, but it's all different varieties. Because if I look at only one scale of the artist, the other artists may look at me crazy, because it's like, we got so much talent that's undiscovered, and if it is discovered, it can go somewhere and we can have more people, but we also got to put the right people there. But to your knowledge, just for my personal sake, it's just for me to know how I could be better if needed to be, for the interviews that you have seen, do you feel like I interview anybody?
Well, I understand how you operate in regard to, just equal opportunity activity. I also understand why he said that, because you could choose to, be more inviting to people coming to speak, or you can choose to be choosy and only do the names. Right. So with you choosing not to only do the significant notables, that will probably contribute to him feeling like you just interview anybody. But but then I also have to put myself in another pair of shoes. If I wasn't who I am, I would appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak on a platform, and you give those people a platform to speak. So that's very respectable of you. And you don't only cater to those that are popping or have some shit going on. So all respect, for sure.
Thank you. And I'm glad you said it's for both shoes, because I do understand his perspective. But one thing I felt like that he should have taken note of is like you gotta look at things for their shoes too. And at the time he probably wasn't thinking that. He probably thought about it later on. And I wasn't trying to get you to speak down on him. I was just wanting for you to speak from your perspective on how I do things. Because if I am doing things to a point where I'm only interviewing a certain caliber of people and it's not nobody that's with a name, then maybe it would be a bad thing. I personally feel like it may not have been a bad thing.
Yeah.
But so thanks for pointing it out, just for my sake, not to downplay him or nothing like that. So that's all this was, just feedback for me. And now the second dilemma. Mm-hmm. Last month of my 11th month of interviewing, I interviewed SG Batman, a very great character and a cool guy. But he told me something that I feel like that had me flabbergasted.
Okay.
And this may be something that people may view of blogs overall, but this is just from, he broke it down for me. It's an internet perspective and it's a street niggas perspective. Mm-hmm. And what he did was break down to me from a street niggas perspective. I be getting certain people killed in the streets. And I'm like, huh? Mm-hmm. And I asked how? And he just break it down. It's like people may want to get on a high platform, and that's a good thing because they should feel like that. But it's like it's certain ways to go about it, and from what he's saying from a street perspective, when certain people die, it'd be blood on my hands because they go about it in a way where it's not the right way to do it, mm-hmm. and it could lead to problems in the street as well. Mm-hmm. And then if something happens to them, it ended up being my fault because the last thing they know them for was for what they did on the platform that I presented for them. Mm-hmm. So, from your perspective, and once again, this is just for personal feedback reasons. When it comes down to me, if anything was to happen to anybody, and God forbid it does happen, would it be my fault?
No. There's no way for you to control that in that fashion. There's no way. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't control what motherfuckers say. There's a way to make it worse, i.e. the War in Chirac page.
DJ Academics, for
you know what I'm saying? Right. There's a way to make shit worse. I mean, you could possibly demand that everybody speak positively, but these are drill rappers and street niggas.
True.
What the fuck are we talking about here? So it's just kind of like, I empathize with what the good brother is saying. However, with you having a platform and you giving people, you know what I'm saying, room to talk, any platform that's giving people room to talk, even on a low level, that shit is inevitable. Like, it just depends. Motherfuckers be feeling one way about one thing, one way or another. You could have a motherfucker that ain't even necessarily dissing. If a op hate them enough, just the fact that they up there talking about what they got going on, I'm gonna kill that nigga. This is Chicago. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wouldn't say you contributing to the murder rate out this bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say you woo, but I do empathize and understand why he's saying it though. Yeah.
And as I said, I can understand because what he did was break down from a street nigga's perspective and how the streets look at it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's how he personally feels, but in the interview, oh, by the way, we was in the car. I connected my charger to the camera so it wouldn't die when we were talking. It erased, but it was there. I know what I'm talking about, and he does too. He even showed and played 2 unreleased songs, mentioning the wave and everything, and saying and referencing how someone's death connected to being promoted by me. Mm-hmm. So I low-key feel like he may have some serious feelings behind that as well, but I'm not going to place that on him. Like he said, from a street nigga's perspective, that's how it's viewed. But that was just for me to get my understanding for myself, because if I was, then I would have to really be careful of how I'm doing things here. So far, you and other people have said that's not the case because what these guys have going on in their personal lives, I never told nobody to do anything. And before interviews, I always ask them, is there anything you don't want to talk about? Like I did with you. And when I post people, I always make sure at this point, I don't post diss songs no more. In 2019, I through 2021, I was at one point, but I stopped during July of 2021. The more diss songs that get promoted out there, the more people feel comfortable with doing it. So I tend to stay away from that. You know, people may always feel a certain way towards anybody else, but that's something we can't control. We can always try to talk and get people to steer away from that, but it is what it is. So thank you for that.
For sure.
And now for the actual feedback part, TCW feedback. You did this interview. I'm definitely thankful for you allowing me to pull up on you. And you definitely do support the wave, and you mentioned that before. But you didn't have to do this interview, and yet you did. So why do you support the wave?
And I really have to feel like a motherfucker is doing some shit in order to fuck with them for real. Right. I just observe you just being great at what you do. You do your homework on shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're a motherfucker that know what you're talking about in regard to the culture and what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with me observing that for such a time, I just don't mind supporting. I don't, as motherfuckers know, I move in somewhat of a Hollywood fashion. I don't be agreeing to everything. I don't be working with everybody. I don't even like doing interviews, multiple interviews, because I don't like having any content on YouTube that doesn't have a lot of views on it. So I feel like if I do too many interviews, it's gonna saturate my interview activity, because I'm steady being asked the same questions, or I just like to keep everything. But when I'm fucking around. So when you mention about the interview, wasn't no question. And then a lot of motherfuckers know, they be like, interview, I'm giving them a price. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just support. Like, I genuinely support. So I definitely appreciate you for reaching out. And it's not even because you support me too. Because shit, I'm definitely the type of motherfucker, you fuck with me and I appreciate you for it. But you just don't qualify for me to fuck with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just have to genuinely fuck around. So I appreciate the invite for sure.
Mm-hmm. And for me to pull up on you to where we at right now, absolutely. I definitely do appreciate you even allowing me to step here.
No, for
and
sure.
I also appreciate that you was willing to support me, to genuinely support me the same way, because I can understand a lot of things, and having that mutual support for each other, that's also something that is very rare in most situations, especially when it comes to interviews, because like you could tell it's one person fuck with the other, or the other fuck with this one person. And for this to be something that's mutually agreed on, I actually like the fact that this was that for us, and I'm glad we got that same kind of thing. And on top of that, it's like one thing about you, you've always supported black-owned businesses and everything.
Absolutely.
And that's something you've told me and everything. But I've always been wanting to tell you, even though it can be viewed as a business, this is also something that I would prefer for it to be genuine, because Absolutely. It's like, if I can genuinely support you, it can always be the same way. It doesn't have to be one way or the other, you know? So I appreciate that. Is there anything specific that you do like about the wave?
Well, shit, I appreciate your hustle for real. Like, even, your motherfucking page got clapped, built that motherfucker right back up, shit. A lot of motherfuckers, they get their page clapped, it's over with. Yeah. They give up, now we ain't finna do that. So I just appreciate your hustle and your knowledge and your due diligence. Like, you know what I'm saying, you just be doing your shit, and, you know what I'm saying, solidifying yourself as one of the notable Chicago blogs. So no, I think that shit pretty cool.
Yeah. And it took me 4 days to mentally adjust and accept the fact that I lost the page, but don't give up, because I was this close to giving up. But then I thought about what would I be doing if I gave up? And I know it's all these people that's from the city that may not have someone like me that's willing to step up for them and be there for them. And there's all these other motherfuckers that's out here blogging and everything, but they're not really for these people like how I am. And on top of that, it's like, I'm not gonna say I cover Chicago better than anyone else, because there's a lot of people that do a great job of covering Chicago. But I really want to put the Chicago on me. And and the way I did, a lot of people always told me that they never want me to stop. So what if I was to let everyone down? So I chose not to do that. And personal reasons, I realized that I have to be there for the people. I put too much weight on my shoulders and everything, and I carry it, but I carry it with a smile. So I'll never let the page go, and I'll never let the city go. And now, and feel free to be honest, you do not have to sugarcoat it because I'm in front of you.
Okay.
If there's anything you do not like about the wave, what is it?
Shit,
And remember, this is feedback. This is for me to learn about myself here.
No, for sure. Man, I don't think I got any complaints for real shit. Like I hate a motherfucker that's that don't know what the fuck they talking about. You be knowing what you talking about. I be seeing motherfuckers, you'll make certain posts and motherfuckers would be like, well, nah, woo. You be like, no, actually, da 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 da. Like, you know what I'm saying? And even it was something as simple as you doing a post with all the GDs or a post with all the BDs.
Right.
And I've seen motherfuckers be like, well, you ain't mentioned woo. You be like, no, they a woo woo.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You be doing your homework. So, no, shit, just keep doing your thing, G.
So, and I appreciate that. And oh yeah, I was about to say, for you to be the first entertainer I got up with, but then I had to realize I got up with Greg, CBMG Gregor.
For sure.
And he's like what you say to me now. That's somewhat what he said to me as well, and I appreciate it as well. So, but both overall, y'all the first two entertainers that in y'all lane at least, that I've interviewed, and for y'all both to feel that way towards me, I definitely do appreciate it heavily.
For sure.
So, any final remarks, any final comments, or anything you want to get off your chest to let the people know?
Nah, for sure. New content on the way, new album on the way. I appreciate everybody that rocks with my productions. I appreciate everybody that rock with my music. You know, and all the haters that be in the comments talking about corporate music trash, corporate, just stick to the skits and all that.
Y'all can suck a dick.
Type shit. And, you know, Fabulous said happy hoes ain't hating and hating hoes ain't happy. So I know for a lot of y'all that you know what I'm saying, putting that negative energy out, I know it's because you're unhappy and everything isn't okay at home. And it could be a number of reasons. It could be because you're possibly living with very low ceilings, or the thread count of your sheets are significantly low. And you know, I hate that for you. I'm gonna pray for you, and I'm gonna wish that things get better. But let me do my shit, and you do your shit. Blessings.
For sure. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for allowing me to pull up on you. You will always and forever be a part of the Chicago wave. And the best part about you, you don't carry yourself as a street nigga, but you move like one. So for you to be someone that has no gang affiliation and everything, and for you to be a part of the Chicago wave is amazing.
Blessings, for sure.
And I hope one day the youth can look at you and say, if Korporate can be who he is and have this high level of respect without being gang affiliated, I can too. So I hope you do that for not just the males, because it's females that does this too, but I hope you set that for everybody. So if you watch this interview, please understand who Korporate is now, you can be too. Do not feel like becoming a product of your environment involves initials that you may not need, because it's those who may accept you for those initials, and it's those who will take your life away for those initials.
For sure.
Be aware of what your life can become when you attach yourself to something, and it's not even going to matter for as long as you think it will. So thank you, and I'll see you another time, my friend.
Most definitely.